Wheels down, Savannah, Georgia. The steamship Pulaski launched from these very docks, and 183 years later, the city remains a jewel of Southern preservation. It's the kind of place that envelops you. It sweeps you along with music and humidity. A place of neatly landscaped squares and stately mansions, resting under the moss-covered arms of towering oaks. This is the hostess city, as she's long been known, a place that makes you realize that you never knew what hospitality meant.
We love Savannah!
Oh, and the food, I do declare. The Low Country boil has been a staple here for as long as folks have been pulling shrimp, crab, clams, and crawfish from the mouth of the Savannah River. Gonna be here for a while. Can I get a bib? In fact, from its founding in 1733, life in Savannah has always revolved around the water, a history chronicled at the Ships of the Sea Maritime Museum. This mansion belonged to one of the owners of the Savannah, the first steamship to cross the Atlantic. Amidst the museum's galleries, I find New York Times best-selling author Patty Callahan, who recently wrote a novel about one of the South's most tragic and least known maritime accidents.
And Josh, this is the steamship Pulaski.
Wow. When I was thinking early steamship, I wasn't thinking about something like this. This thing looks like it was a behemoth.
This thing was over 200 feet long, which is more than twice the length of the ship that the colonists came over on.
I have to say, and I'm sort of embarrassed to say, I had never heard this story.
You're embarrassed. I researched Savannah. I write about Savannah, and I had never heard of the steamship Pulaski disaster.
And why isn't there a bigger historical record of this disaster?
Some stories are just lost to time.
So I've heard it referred to as the Titanic of the South. Is that a fair analogy?
It's fair for loads of reasons. One is there's not enough lifeboats.
It's just these 4 lifeboats?
These 4 lifeboats for 190 passengers.
Wow.
But
okay.
other than that, there was the innovation, the speed, the wealthy passengers, the hubris.
But while the sinking of the Titanic has been called a night to remember, the Pulaski has been largely forgotten, until now. This ship was designed to do what?
It was designed to go fast, and it was designed to be impressive.
Why is she so fast?
She has 2 side wheels, and they are 3 stories high. It was impressive.
So this is, for its day, really high tech.
Yes, but we are only 30 years into steamship technology. Think about the first 30 years of aviation technology.
A lot of accidents. Despite the risks, passage on the Pulaski was in high demand. The ship's route began in Savannah, where it would steam north to pick up more passengers in Charleston, before continuing to Baltimore, Maryland. All in just 2 days, less than half the time it took older steamers. After thanking Patty for sharing the story of the Pulaski with me, I leave Savannah in the rear view and drive north to meet the men who may have found her. I motor 300 miles from Savannah to the historic port of Wilmington, North Carolina. At the junction of the Cape Fear River and Atlantic Ocean, Wilmington has been a center of maritime commerce since long before the American Revolution. I make my way to nearby Wrightsville Beach, where I charter a boat to take me offshore. I soon see why the Pulaski has been such an elusive wreck. We steam for nearly 3 hours away from the coast and out into open ocean. Finally, I spot salvage vessel the Blue Water Rose and a pair of her crew, Micah Eldred and Captain Mark Martin. Got it. Woo! All right. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Josh.
Nice to meet you, Josh. I'm Mark.
Hey, Josh, Micah.
Micah.
Nice to meet you.
Micah's company, Blue Water Ventures, with its president and CEO Keith Webb, has already found treasure from ships like the Spanish galleon Santa Margarita and the steamship North Carolina. But right now, all of their attention is focused on finding the Pulaski.
Welcome to the Blue Water Rose. Let's head forward and get you settled.
All right, let's do it. Come on. You guys are out here.
We're out here.
You're out
We're
here.
in Atlanta.
How far offshore are we right now?
We're more than 40 miles offshore.
Where are we anchored?
We're on top of a part of the wreck of the Pulaski.
It's here, it's under us.
Yes.
Part of it's under us, yes.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
You sure about that?
We're positive sure about that.
I mean, I don't see a lot of landmarks around here, Micah.
Locating the wreck originally wasn't easy, but today we're confident that we're on top of it.
And how do we know that?
Easiest way to tell you is to show you, so why don't you get suited up and get in the water and see what's underneath us.
No time like the present, let's get wet, come on. I suit up and dive in. The waters are choppy and the current is ripping. Fortunately, the crew has left a shot line I can follow down to the bottom, which rests at just over 100 feet.
Visibility is great. Must be about 80 feet.
As I drop down, my view is obscured by swarming schools of fish.
They're everywhere. This is crazy.
I make my way through the fishnado and approach the bottom.
Stand by, I see it.
On the barren ocean floor, shipwrecks become artificial reefs, an oasis for all kinds of sea life. Something big is down here.
Oh my God, there is something down here. Is that a boiler? Incredible. This looks like it might be part of the boilers of the Pulaski.
Sitting on the otherwise featureless sandy bottom lies a huge mass of twisted metal, part of mammoth steam boilers that once powered the SS Pulaski, the so-called Titanic of the South, before it exploded off the Carolina coast in 1838.
Unreal! You can still see the rivets in the boiler. Look at how the metal is bent here. You can tell this was a violent explosion.
At 11:05 p.m., cold water dumped into a hot boiler created a reaction so powerful that it literally blew the side wheels off the Pulaski and cracked the ship in half. This mangled wreckage is all that's left on this part of the sea floor.
Much of the ship was wood. Must have been blasted to bits. Who knows if anything else is left?
At this depth, I don't have the luxury of investigating for long.
Okay, I'm out of bottom time. I'm headed up.
Huge piece of machinery down there.
Yeah.
That looks like it could be a boiler. You can see all the riveting on it and stuff. It's old.
Yeah.
So, pretty good evidence. I mean, what else would be sitting out here that looks like it's from that era that's that size?
And we've got another piece of evidence that proves that this is the Pulaski.
Okay.
Found a candlestick, and on the inside of that candlestick was engraved SS Pulaski.
Get out of here. After drying off, Micah shows me what else they've found. Oh, you got the goods up here now. Look at this.
All of these things were actually found within about 100 feet of the boilers that you just dove on.
The first haul the team brought up included personal effects from some of the passengers and coins. Lots of coins, which they've now shielded inside protective containers. All right, so the thing that jumps out at me, first of all, is that they seem like they're from all over. This is from Bogota, this is Colombian.
That's right.
This says Bolivia
Yes, minted in Bolivia.
and Great Britain mixed in.
Yeah.
So why coinage from all over?
At the time of this sinking, the United States didn't have enough of its own mintage to support the economy. Foreign currency was legal tender up until the mid-1850s.
So you can use gold and silver coinage from anywhere in the world?
It was all done by weight. They didn't care if the gold was from Mexico or United Kingdom
Or
Great
Colombia.
Britain or Colombia.
So this ship is kind of a coin collector's dream. In a
Well,
way.
that's what's really interesting for us is because the time period, some of these coins can be really rare. And so a perfect example is this little coin.
This is a U.S. coin?
It is, and it's a $5 face amount.
This is an 1836 $5 coin. This is, what, a quarter of an ounce?
Exactly, it's about a quarter of an ounce of gold.
So the value of the gold here is about 400, 500 bucks.
That's right.
Okay, but the value of the coin?
This particular coin would exceed $10,000 today.
This coin is worth $10,000? So now my mind is reeling. Like, what else could be down there?
Based on the archival research, we think that there was around $100,000 face value of coins.
We translate that to today's collectible value, and that's roughly how much money?
It's in the tens of millions of dollars.
Well, now I see why you guys are out here all this way offshore. All right, so the $10,000 question is, where are these coins coming from, and how do you find more of them? The answer lies at the stern of the Blue Water Rose, where Mark is keeping a wreck-hunting missile. I was not aware there were weapons on board.
Well, it's not a destructive weapon, it's a technological weapon.
Yeah,
it's,
sonar, yes?
It's side-scan sonar.
By dragging this torpedo called a towfish through the water, side-scan sonar will use sound waves to map the ocean floor and everything resting on it. We need this why? I mean, we're sitting right on top of the boilers.
We are, but you'll notice that there wasn't anything else around.
No, that's right. It was just white sand.
It exploded. So we know that there's debris scattered in at least a 2 to 3 mile radius.
2 to 3 miles?
Yes. You got to remember, it took 45 minutes for this thing to sink.
Right. In terms of these coins and the really valuable items on board the ship, is there a part of the ship you think they were in?
The aft section is probably where the majority of the gold and silver are.
How's it going, guys? I'm happy you're here.
So are we.
I'm 40 miles off the coast of North Carolina, searching for the remains of the Pulaski, a steamship that sank here in 1838.
Great to see you.
Good to see you again. How you doing, Rodney?
How you doing, man?
How's it going out here?
Good. It's going great.
Turn your pockets out. What do you got in there?
I dumped it before you got here.
Of course you did.
Remember that really nice sonar hit we had?
Hell yeah.
That's where we are.
You haven't been down there yet?
No.
Whatever that is big.
Yeah.
When the Pulaski's boilers blew, the ship broke apart and scattered, creating a 3-mile debris field.
There she goes.
In the water. Using side-scan sonar, we were able to pinpoint 2 promising sites.
Oh, look at this. More coming
And
in.
it keeps going! Look at this! This second target is large enough to be a significant portion of the wreck, which has never been found. All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's get wet, guys. Come on.
All right.
While we suit up, Captain Rodney drops anchor. Rough seas are in the forecast, and he wants to make sure we don't drift too far off our target. Once we're geared up, we hit the water.
Josh to topside, do you read me?
Read you loud and clear.
All right, copy that. I'm headed down the line.
Roger that.
We're either 100 feet from history or an ocean full of nothing. With conditions deteriorating topside, the water is less clear below. We continue the descent, straining to see the bottom and hoping for any sign of wreckage.
Okay, the bottom is coming into view. Stand by. Hey, stop! What is that? That's gold! That's a coin! Woohoo! Yes! Yes, we got a coin! Josh to topside, do you read me?
Topside here.
Mark, I got a present down here for you.
Is it nice and shiny?
It sure is, man. We found a gold coin.
Yes.
Unbelievable!
The gold coin is a U.S. piece from 1836. Face value, $5. Value today, depending on the condition, tens of thousands of dollars. We scour the area, searching for more.
Another one!
The salvage team manages to one-up the Crown Royal bag from our last dive with another special numismatic containment device, a sack with a $sign on it. The excitement is nearly enough to make me forget that I can't stay down here forever.
I am way out of bottom time. We gotta come up. We gotta go. Let's rock and roll.
We kick our fins toward the light and pull back from the extraordinary wreckage and treasures of the SS Pulaski. Our discovery of the Pulaski's keel section and the paddle wheel area is historic and will help reveal more lost details about her sinking. Topside, our coins are cataloged and added to the hull. These 2 gold coins, plus the materials I brought to the lab at NGC, tally nearly $100,000. In the days that follow, 33 more gold coins are discovered and nearly 100 silver coins. To date, the team has uncovered more than 700 coins, as well as haunting historic artifacts from the night of the explosion.